You, like me girls, vertically challenged and get sick and fed up of constantly having to alter patterns and them still not being quite right because they're done on the wrong size pattern block? Well, I've been doing some research and I've found 5 pattern companies that cater for petite sizes. So if that's something you're interested in, let's get cracking. Hi there, I'm Christine the Gemini Stitcher and welcome to my sewing space. Some of you have noticed that I've moved my little sewing space. I'm calling it a space because it isn't a room on its own. It's open plan in the corner of my garden room, which means I've got a lovely view of the garden and lots of natural light, perfect for sewing. Anyhow, as I said in my little intro, I've been doing some research into petite sewing patterns, and to be honest, there aren't a huge amount of companies who cater for them. Now, there is a movement that's been going for a while that is all about size inclusivity in sewing patterns, and I'm on board with that, absolutely. But we also need to think about height inclusivity, in my opinion. Probably because I'm 5 foot short and I'm sick of altering patterns. It is a little bit easier, obviously, than size inclusivity because you can alter a pattern to suit your height, whether you're tall or short. However, the pattern block can skew it without going into a huge amount of detail, and you're never going to get the perfect fit as the pattern image shows you, because the base block is made for somebody a lot taller. There are certain patterns that I steer clear of unless they've got petite as an option. One of them is where there are raglan sleeves, because I have to do regularly have to do narrow shoulder adjustments, and I don't find that easy with a raglan sleeve. And tiered dresses, you can alter them, but you've got to alter every section so that it equates correctly and looks right when you've made it, because the last thing you want is a long middle section and a little ruffle on the end. Not going to work, is it? Anyway, before we start and get really down that rabbit hole of petiteness, I just want to say a little thank you to everybody who commented on my vlog from Monday. I put myself out there. I'd made a swimming costume and I showed it on and modelled it. Now, it did take a little bit of courage, but the reason that I did that was to show everybody that, you know, I'm nearly 60. My body is not a 21-year-old's body, and it's never going to be, but it's my body and I'm proud of it. So that's why I did it. And I've got loads of lovely comments, some of which made me cry, some of which made me chuckle. I hope I've replied to all of them. And I also got a little flurry of new subscribers from it, which is brilliant. So if you're one of the people who subscribed off that vlog, welcome to the Crazy Sewing Gang. And if you're also a petite sewer, this is the vlog for you. So, as I said, I found 5. There's probably more, but to be honest, I just got sick of looking and going round and round in circles. So, the first of the 5 companies is a group of companies, and it's the Big 5. Now, they do a very small, petite range of patterns, and not many people know it. So the best place to go and find the petite range of the big 4 or big 5 patterns, in my opinion, is to go to a company called So Direct, and they stock all the big pattern companies' patterns, and you can go on there and search for petite patterns and it brings them up. So I've chosen 3 patterns from each of the 5. So there's 15 patterns in all on here. So get yourself a stiff drink or a brew. We could be here a while. So which 3 did I pick from the big 5 pattern companies? The first one's a dress and it's V1878. It's a lovely handkerchief hem on it, which is one of the reasons that I picked it, because to alter that as a true size, normal size pattern could possibly be a little bit tricky. And it's by the designers Tom and Linda Platt. So it's a fit and flare dress and close fitted through the bust and has a shaped yoke. It's got bias binding in the armholes, princess seams and top stitching. It has an invisible It's got an invisible back zipper and a hook and eye closure and a stitched handkerchief hem with mitered points. And the skill level they're saying is average for this. So what fabrics do we need for this dress? Crepe, linen blends, rayon challis, and you're going to need some interfacing as well. The second garment that I've chosen is another Vogue pattern, and it's the V1806 jumpsuit by Julio Cesar. I love the wide legs on this jumpsuit. And jumpsuits can be a difficult one to fit on a petite frame if you're trying to do it from a standard bodice, which is one of the reasons that I picked it. So what does it say about it? It says, Mrs. Petite jumpsuit, close fitted through the bust, has front princess seams, wide legs with no side seams, invisible back zip, separate pieces are included for cup sizes A, B, C and D. And the skill level this one they're saying is advanced. Fabrics they suggest are single edge scalloped lace, guapo lace, embroidered border print, and you're going to need lining as well, because this jumpsuit is a lace jumpsuit fully lined. How stunning is that? The third and final big 5 petite pattern that I've chosen is, yes, it's another Vogue. It's V1847. It has really unusual sleeves on this top and a high funnel neck. At first glance, you'd think it was a knit top, but it's actually woven with a concealed zip at the back. So what do they say about this top? It's funnel neck top, fitted through the bust, has side front and side back seams, pleated puff sleeves with length variations, shaped hemline and centre back zip. There's separate pattern pieces are also included for A, B, C and D cup, and the skill level they're saying is easy, even though it's got a concealed zip. The suggested fabrics are linen blends, broadcloth, cotton sateen and brocade. And to make that one, you need 1.5 to 1.8 metres of fabric. So they're the 3 big 5 patterns that are actually for petite sizes. Now, I've never made any of them, but watch this space. They may well come on my radar sometime soon. So what's the second pattern company that I've found down my petite rabbit hole? The second one is a pattern company I've used before, and it is VIKKI Sews Patterns. Now, I went on the website this morning and couldn't order the patterns on their own. They were doing patterns with tutorials, video tutorials with them, which is probably a good idea if you've never used a VIKKI Sew pattern before. But if you want to just order the pattern, then you can go to the fold line and search for VIKKI Sews patterns, and they're all on there as PDF patterns. Now, VIKKI Sews do different height variations, which is why I've included them in my petite pattern grouping. So they have 4 heights that you can choose from. When I bought my patterns, you also had to choose your actual size. So I chose size 40 and went on a wing and a prayer and fingers crossed, but you got all the heights. Now they've changed it, and I think it's better the way it is. You get all the sizes in your pattern, but you've got to choose the height option that you want, which is a better way of doing it for me. Because, we lose weight, wing and a prayer hope there, and definitely put weight on. So you need more than one size, don't you? So the 4 height options for VIKKI Sews are 5'1" to 5'4". That's me. 5'4" to 5'6", 5'7" to 5'9", and a whopping 5'10" to 6'1". So super height inclusive, whether you're a midget or a giant. Brilliant patterns. So the 3 patterns that I've chosen from VIKKI Sews are, the first one is one that I've already made, and I'll show you some images of me wearing mine, and it is the beautiful Lisa blouse that I made. I chose a size 40 and the fit was great. So to make the Lisa blouse, you need 2 to 2.5 meters of fabric. The only issue with VIKKI Sews patterns is their sizing is from a 6 to a size 20. So from a size inclusivity, not great. Height inclusivity, fantastic. So what do they say about the Lisa blouse? The Lisa blouse sewing pattern from VIKKI Sews. Lisa is a voluminous straight cut blouse. The front and back of the blouse have yokes that finish with pin tucks at the bottom edge. The centre sections of the front and back feature gathers peeking out from underneath the yoke. The blouse has wide plackets at the centre front which fasten with buttons and rouleau loops. The blouse has a stand collar and long 3-piece set-in sleeves. There are gathers along the top part of the sleeve cap, as well as along the bottom edge of the sleeve. The sleeves have pin tucks along the front and elbow seams. These pin tucks align with those on the front and back yokes. The elbow seams on the sleeve finishes with a vent. The bottom edge of the sleeve featured a wide cuff with a button rouleau loop fastening. Lisa is hip length. That is a lot of information, isn't it? So what fabric do they recommend for the Lisa? So the fabrics they recommend for the Lisa are any lightweight woven fabric. I used a cotton lawn Dobby fabric in white, and next time I'm planning to make one in a viscose fabric for the winter. The next VIKKI Sews option that I've chosen is the Felicia dress. And for the Felicia dress, you need 2.3 to 2.85 meters of fabric. What do they say about this stunning sundress? Buy the Felicia dress sewing pattern from VIKKI Sews. Felicia is a close-fitting dress with an accentuated waist. It features a waist seam and a detachable belt with a fabric-covered buckle. The skirt is a gentle A-line shape. The front bodice features a centre seam draped at the bust level. The bodice is fitted with shoulder princess seams both on the front and back. The front and back princess seam feature flounces with shoulder seam slits. The front skirt features a centre seam and welt pockets. The dress has a deep V neckline finished with bias binding and fastens with an invisible zipper in the centre back seam. Felicia is mid-calf length. I absolutely love this dress, and I've actually got the pattern in my stash, so I really do need to get cracking with that one. They recommend any medium weight fabrics, and I think it would look stunning in a viscose linen, because the viscose will give it a little bit of drape and the linen will give it the shape and weight that you need for this dress. Number 3 from VIKKI Sells is a pair of trousers, and I've chosen the Daphne trousers. How stunning do these trousers look? So what do they say about the Daphne trousers? Let's have a look, and some images will pop up while I'm speaking. Buy the Daphne trousers sewing pattern from VIKKI Sells. Daphne is a pair of loose-fitting, straight-cut palazzo trousers with pressed crease lines in the front and back. At the waistline there are 2 soft pleats facing the centre on each side of the front. The back features waist darts. There are functional pockets in the side seams. The trousers have an applied waistband and belt loops. The upper edge of the waistband sits at the natural waist. Daphne fastens with a fly front zipper as well as a hook and bar. The trousers are floor length. So any mid-weight woven fabric I think will be good for the Daphne, and in the summer, how lovely would they look in a pale linen? Maybe cream linen Daphne trousers. There's one to think about. Now, how much fabric do you need for the Daphnes? 2 meters to 2.55 is what they're saying, depending on your size. So that's my offering from VIKKI Sells. Lots of plunging necklines and short skirts, but there are some stunning designs in there, so well worth looking at. And hey, we can wear what we want, can't we? Age is just a number. So offering number 3 pattern company is Sinclair patterns. Now, I've used Sinclair patterns before, and they do have a very nice free pattern, which is the Harper cardigan. They come with they have 3 size options. So they do petite, which is 5'1" to 5'3", regular, which is 5'4" to 5'6", and tall, which is 5'7" to 5'9". So Sinclair patterns seem to do an awful lot of knit and stretch fabrics, so if that's your bag, and indeed lots of unusual sweat tops, so worth looking at just for that. But we're looking at them from a petite perspective. So the 3 patterns I've chosen are a pullover, a pair of pants and a dress. So let's make a start on the 3 patterns from Sinclair's that I love. The first pattern I've chosen is the Uno hoodie, and this is going to be a great one for the autumn. So what do they say about the Uno hoodie? It's semi-fitted at the shoulders and bust, fitted at the hips with the use of a bottom waistband. Hoodie designed for knit fabrics, comes with a low hip length, offered with roomy lined or non-lined finish, or non-lined, finished with a facing, overlapped cowl or hood finished with optional drawstrings. Cowl and hood are designed to be part of the round accent yoke. Sleeves are finished with fitted cuffs, can be finished with 1 layer side pockets or with zipper pockets. I love this pattern. It's a hoodie, but it's not a hoodie, because you can not put the hood on and you don't end up with just a plain waist neckband. You've got the high cowl neck, which is the option that I quite want to try. So the fabric quantities you need are 1.3 to 1.8 metres if you're doing it all in the same fabric. If you're doing a contrast where the yoke is, then you need 0.3 metres for the cowl neck. And I think it would be great for scrap busting. So if you've got loads of jersey scraps, have a look at the Uno hoodie. Not only do you use your scraps up, it's a petite pattern as well, so you don't have to start altering it. Win-win. So the second pattern I've chosen from Sinclair are the Metro pants. So what do they say about the Metros? So these trousers come in a bootleg or straight leg. They're pull-on trousers and they're fitted at the waist, hips and thighs, semi-fitted at the knee, straight or boot cut, pull-on pants. Designed for stretch woven and low stretch stable knit fabrics. Optional faux fly, lined controlled waistband with or without buttons, optional side and back pockets. They are a workhorse trouser for me. They're a trouser that I will wear for dog walking, smarten them up a bit, go out for lunch with the girls. They cover all the bases and they're comfortable because they're pull-on trousers. So great if you're going for a big lunch. So how much fabric do you need to make the Metros? 1.6 to 1.8 metres. Now I know that I would probably get them out of 1.5 metres of fabric, but that's just me. And my last offering from Sinclair Patterns is the Ipanema dress. I hope I've said that right. So what do they say about the Ipanema? Now, before I get into that, the reason I picked this dress is because it's a tiered dress. And you'll remember at the beginning of this vlog, I said that I have problems shortening the length on tiered dresses. So that's why I picked this one, because it's already shortened. Win-win. So what do they say about the Ipanema? The Ipanema is semi-fitted across the shoulders, loose fitted around the bust, waist and hips, tiered top and dress designed for woven fabrics. V-shaped neckline finishes with a simple placket. Back of the neckline is finished with a binding. Comes as a sleeveless dress with the armholes finished with hidden bindings and with short puffed or 3/4 bishop sleeves. Dress comes in just above and just below knee lengths with optional pockets. Comes in bust cut sizes A to B, C to D and E to F. So not only are you getting it in petite, it's covering the curvy girls as well because it's doing the different cup sizes in the bodice, which is brilliant. So how much fabric do you need for this floaty summer dress, which is definitely on my radar? So to work out the fabric amounts for this dress, it's broken down into the sleeves, the bodice and the skirt. So go over to the website. The link is in the details below, as for all these patterns that I'm mentioning. But for the Ipanema, check it out yourself and decide on the design you want, and then you can add each section together and then you work out how much fabric you need in total. So very detailed fabric details for that one. The next company that I've found is called Petite Plus. This one is great for the little curvy girls among us. They cover from size 14 up to size 24 and all in a petite size range. Now, their pattern images do not do them justice. So I'm just warning, they may look a little bit frumpy, but you've got to see past that and just look at the actual design because the designs are really good. So I've chosen a dress, a blouse and a jacket from them. So the dress I've chosen is simply called the Princess Theme Dress. I am apologising for the images, just in case you think, oh no, look at the design. So this one is the princess seam dress. What do they say about the princess seam dress? This flattering princess seamed button front dress is fitted through the torso and flares over the hip with a T-length, bell-shaped skirt. The pattern offers a choice of simple face neckline or soft collar. Other options include choice of gathered elastic back waist or adjustable back belt, short or long sleeves and side seam pockets. So you can see the images aren't great, but the actual pattern design is a really good one. So what fabrics do they recommend? Well, any light to medium weight woven fabric and indeed knit fabrics that have a lot of drape can also be used. So a viscose jersey would be a great option as well. How much fabric do you need? That's the important one. Now, it is a bit fabric hungry, this one. It's 3.3 to 3.6 metres of fabric. Not sure why it takes so much fabric. So maybe it's one to buy the pattern, lay it out on a surface and see whether they're accurate or not, because that seems a bit on the high side. But hey, what do I know? The skirt may be very flared and take a lot of fabric. So my second choice is the wrap blouse, or you can also have it as a wrap jacket. And I like the unusual fastening on this one. So what do they say about the wrap blouse? This versatile piece will serve you well through all the seasons. It makes up beautifully in silk, rayon and cotton for the summer and in warmer wool and blends for the winter. The wrap jacket and blouse is a semi-fitted top with slimming asymmetric closure. So yeah, it's one for all seasons as well. So you can do it in linen for the summer and in a wool blend, and you can have it as an unlined jacket. So a good all-rounder, that one, and already put into the petite size range with that crossover closure. Sometimes that can be a difficult thing to try and start shortening and get it right. So already done as a petite, win-win. And then the last thing that I've chosen from Petite Plus is a denim jacket, a workhorse staple that we all know and love. And when you're a curvy figure, it can sometimes be a problem to get to fit across the boob area. So this jacket should fit perfectly. What do they say about the denim jacket? Wear this easygoing jacket with your jeans, pants and skirts. It has a generous fit and features double top stitching, front button closure, front and back yokes, mock front yoke pockets, 3-panel front and back, side panel pockets, inside pockets, 2 side piece sleeves with cuffs and hip band with tabs. Wow, there's a lot of detail in that jacket, isn't there? And I'm sure you'll have seen some from the images that were popping up. It is a brilliant one for the spring and summer. So they're my 3 pattern offerings from Petite Plus. Please go and look at that website if you need any help with or guidance with your sizing issues, because they have a lot of helpful free information on there about making alterations from large to small bust adjustments, wide broad to narrow shoulder, butt adjustments, all on there. So well worth going and having a look, even if you don't buy the patterns, to help you with your sizing issues. And last but not least, companies that I found is, wait for this, is called Skinny Bitch Curvy Chick. What a cool name is that? Now, I've come across this pattern company before, but I've still not dipped in and used them. But I think I might be doing now. They do all their body block is done for 5'1". You heard me, 5'1". Fabulous. That is what I call petite. Not 5'4" like they all seem to think. 5'1". Well done, skinny bitch curvy chick. Loving it. So their body block is for a 5'1" height, and they have lots of information on how to alter it as well, which is fab. So from their range, I've chosen a dress, a top, and a pair of jeans. So let's delve in and see what my choices are. The first one I've chosen is called the Stinger dress. And you'll see why when the image pops up, because it is another gathered layered dress, which is going to be brilliant because you don't have to alter the tiers. Fabulous. So what do they say about the Stinger dress? The Stinger dress and top is designed with your petite proportions in mind. The Stinger is available in 4 different lengths: peplum top, knee length, mid-length and maxi, with options for a sleeveless bodice, a strappy bodice and a sleeve add-on for the sleeveless bodice. And of course we can't forget the pockets. The Stinger bodice features a unique centre front dart detail that sets it apart. Additionally, you are sure to get the fit you want, as cup sizes are available to choose from. The Stinger is intended for drapey woven fabric and it requires a zipper at the centre back. They've given it a skill level of intermediate. Loving this dress. And it looks a bit fabric hungry, so let's check how much fabric we actually do need to create this stunning dress. Yeah, 2.3 metres up to 3.6 metres for them, but that's for the long length maxi dress. So if you're going to do the knee length or the mid length ones, you will probably need less. But how beautiful is that dress? So tempted with that one. Just have a vision of that one done in a beautiful broderie anglaise. Oh, in a bright apple green. Just need to find the fabric now, don't I? Except I'm on a fabric ban, so I can't do it. Right, let's move on. The next one is a top, and it's the Clover top. Now, I love, love, love this top. Let me show you why. So, the Clover top has that beautiful keyhole opening across the front, which makes it stand out. It can be a t-shirt or it can be a bodysuit. Now, I'm quite interested in making a bodysuit, so I may have to dip my toe into the SBCC patterns for this one. You can also have short sleeves, long sleeves or elbow sleeve options. And there are 2 different necklines, a sophisticated square neck and an overlapping detail that creates a peekaboo front. And then last but not least from SBCC is the Barrymore jeans. So let's find out about the Barrymores. The Barrymore jeans are high-rise jeans perfect for petites. Look no further for your go-to jeans. The Barrymore jeans are slim fitted through the waist and hips and feature a wide leg. Available in 3 different inseams lengths, the Barrymore jeans are the petite solution to high-rise styles, with high-rise height that hits at the natural waist level, not too high and not too low. This pattern is intended for non-stretch denim, approximately 10-ounce weight. Definitely going to be making these. I've been struggling to find a jeans pattern that fits my size, suits my shape, and I think this sounds perfect. High rise, but not up under my bust, so I've got to start lowering it and piddling about with it. Snug at the waist, and then a wide flared leg. Perfect. And I've got some denim that I can make them in. And I want them for the summer, so I can do a cropped length in them as well. I think I'm buying this pattern, even though I'm on a pattern ban. So how much fabric do I need for the pants that I'm making? The Barrymore jeans take 1 to 1.5 metres of fabric. Winner, winner. They're not fabric hungry. They fit a petite frame. I'm sold on these. So there we go. That's my whistle-stop tour of 5 pattern companies who cater for people with a petite and sometimes curvy body shape. If you know of any other pattern companies, please, please, please put them in the comments below and share them with everybody. There's lots of us out there who aren't the perfect 5'6" and aren't what they class as a petite 5'4". No, us midgets need patterns. The one I loved the best was Skinny Bitch Curvy Chicks. I think they've nailed it. They've got a lot more patterns than I've shown on here, and all of the pattern companies have. So go and have a nosy and let me know what you think of them. Have you used them before? And do they really come out the sizes that they're saying they do? Are they really suitable for petites? And I mean petites, like 5 foot petite. Or am I still going to have to alter all my patterns before I start sewing? Fingers crossed, I'll have found 2 or 3. If I get one from each pattern company, that's 5 garments that I can make without altering them, which sounds amazeballs to me. What do you think? Anyway, I've waffled enough. It's been great. I've found out loads. I've crawled out of the rabbit hole now, and I'm going to go and buy some of the patterns. So watch this space. They may appear on some of my Monday makes and plans going forward. And as I've already said, if you've used the patterns, let me know what you think. Save me a few bucks if they're rubbish. Take care and happy sewing. Now, on Monday, it's going to be a little switcheroo. It's normally my makes and plans, but instead it's going to be the reveal of my Andes jacket because, yes, I've finished it. So Mandy and I are doing our reveals, Mandy from Make It Sew, on Monday. So watch this space and I will see you then. Bye for now and happy sewing, everybody. Take care.